Hi guys. I'm hoping that this turns out okay. Um, it's been a minute since I actually recorded anything. I know I did say that I wanted to start recording more regularly, which I did, but things get weird when things get weird, right? And the COVID situation, it just seemed to take kind of a new sort of like a different thing for me. Yes, at first it was super exciting to work from home. Obviously scary under the circumstances, but exciting nonetheless to work from home. But very quickly it turned into, aside from overworking myself, it turned into this like cycle of fear. It just the fear just kept increasing, obviously. And I was trying to do my best to cope with it however I could, like everybody else was. And I think I did a fairly okay job at that, especially nobody really knew what I was going through. I might have mentioned it a couple of times to like a couple of friends, but really nobody knew how I was feeling inside. And I didn't tell anybody because that's just not, I get up here and I talk about yarn and yarny things, and sometimes a little personal this and a personal that, but I've never really been one to go into too much detail, like super amount of detail about my feelings, my life, my goings on. And so I think that that makes for a really difficult, you know, journey for you guys to be on with me, because I leave so many bits and pieces out of my life. Anyhow, but that was then. So I want to kind of go take a step back and talk a little bit about uh, what I went through. It's not really that big a deal. Yeah, my commute was great because I didn't have to commute. But it just like it turned into a depression situation really fast, really lonely situation really fast. And it was something that I knew that jumping online and talking to anybody about was not going to fulfill that for me, because what I need more than anything in my life is a good consistent work environment where I can go into an office, do my job, chit chat with, my coworkers, have a good time, work hard, and go home and rest. That's my routine. It's what I do every single day, and what I've done every single day in this industry in particular for the last 20 plus years. And so to have that just kind of band-aid ripped away because we're in this pandemic situation, just spiraled me down. And I know I didn't say anything, I didn't talk to anybody, I didn't bring it up. It is what it is. That is just how I deal with things. Like my mom taught me, calladita, te ves más bonita. So the quieter you are, the prettier you look. Anyhow, so yeah, eventually after a certain number of months, I did go back to work. In between that, I did knit a lot of things. Uh, I did finish that pink sweater that I was working on, the Turtle Dove 2 by Espace Tricot. I did finish that, but it didn't quite fit me. It was a little bit narrow. So I gave it to my sister, who happened to have lost a lot of weight. So it fit her great, and she looks great in it. I did block it out for her, and I think I might not have, because I gave it to her in the middle of the pandemic. So I might, yes, I blocked it for her because I wasn't going to give her something that I didn't actually wash, because we're in the middle of a pandemic and she's high risk. So, whew, yeah, it was a thing. But I mean, she came down for my birthday, right? To surprise me for my birthday. And she just beeped outside, and I gave her a present. it was it was an ordeal, you guys. Like I can't even explain it. Like I don't have that much time right now, because I don't even want to get interrupted by Nathan and Dante, they're out getting food right now. But it was hilarious. Like, she comes over to surprise me for my birthday, and I ended up giving her a present. That might have been the first time or the second time. I think I'm getting my days confused. So she came by once to visit me and surprise me. I gave her a present, which was the finished product, the finished object, the turtle dove. And then on my birthday, she came to try and surprise me. That's right. Oh, it's been so long. I mean, this is August now, right? And I'm talking about April. So that's how long this has been. So for my birthday, my sister decides to come over, surprise me, calls me, and she's like, hey, I was going to go down to your house, but I broke down. And so I had to go pick her up. I didn't know she was trying to surprise me for my birthday. They had a cake in the car. It was friggin' melting, balloons in the car. My niece and nephews are all in the car. It's steaming hot. I'm like, oh my God, I gotta save my kids over here. And so between me and my husband, two extra cars, and my sister got her car back started up, and then we got them split up. You know, I had took some of the kids, my husband took some of the other kids, and we just booked it, dog and all, like booked it back to her house. And I spent the afternoon social distancing with my sister and the kids for my birthday. Best birthday ever, while everybody else is celebrating their birthdays stuck at home and completely isolated. I had no choice. I had to go help my sister, and lucky for me, it was my birthday, so it was fantastic. It was absolutely the best birthday I'd had in such a long time. So that was that, and so many other things happened in between, and there's no time to sit here filling everybody in on all the things. But I did cast on another Turtle Dove 2 for myself, and halfway through, uh, ran out of yarn. It just ran out of yarn, and I couldn't reorder anymore. I had reordered some, and it got here, but I didn't order enough for my second sweater. See, that's what I did. I ordered some to finish the first sweater that I gave to my sister. Then I had to order some more when I ran out of yarn for my sweater. So then, yeah, Hobby Lobby closed and all the stores closed, everything closed. You couldn't get anything anywhere, absolutely anywhere. And I couldn't go online anymore to get any more of that yarn because they were not taking orders, and not just out, just not taking orders. So I don't know what my hair looks like. So yeah, I had to wait a long, long time before they opened the shops back up so that I could go in and get that yarn. Happened to be that when they finally, months later, did open up, I was able to go in and pick up where I left off. The exact number of pink skeins or balls were sitting in the basket, just waiting for me to come back. And so I scooped as many of them as I thought I needed up, and brought them home and knit most of my sweater all the way down, and kind of got stuck at the sleeves and, well, actually at the bottom band, you know. It took me forever to pick it back up. I knit some socks. I knit socks for friends. I knit another fade. I mean, it's crazy. And I might talk about those fades later, but for now, in the middle of all of this stuff that was happening, I kind of lost my mojo to knit and kind of will to live. Like, it was, who didn't? I mean, it's been crazy. So I started doing something about it, because whenever you know that you have a problem, that something's wrong, something's going on, and nothing that you're doing is helping you make you feel better, you have to do something, right? So I always fall back on my knitting or my crocheting, but that it wasn't cutting it for me. So I picked up my dyes, and I decided to dye myself some yarn. And as I was dyeing my yarn, I quickly realized why I was so bummed out. Um, because the first thing that I did was dye yarn in the memory of my mom. And let me see, this is not it. Let me see if I can find it so I can show you guys. This is the yarn that I dyed. It was about to be 4th of July. And yeah, I the first thing that I did was dye some yarn in my mom's memory. And so I called this 4th of July at midnight. 4th of July at midnight is my mom's birthday. My mom's birthday is July 5th. And she passed away in 2012. And we've been celebrating her birthday at midnight ever since. So this got me on a dyeing journey, I guess. I dyed up this one. I've had a few orders for it since, but on different bases, which has been really nice. It's been fun re-dyeing this one. And then I just went on this like weird dyeing tangent and started dyeing speckles. The first thing I tried to do was speckle some yellow, and come to find out, yellow doesn't speckle. It just spreads. And it's like impossible to see, but yeah. Oh, you can kind of see one speckle there. But no, dear sirs and madams, and everyone's else's. Yeah, yellow doesn't speckle. This one is called lemon meringue. After, turns out there was a theme to this whole journey. Lemon meringue after my mom's favorite pie. So here we go on the remainder of my little journey. And mom liked to give us lots of fruits of all kinds, especially in the summertime. Peaches were a big one. This is peaches and cream. It's hard to see because it's so blown out, but it's really lovely. Everything is up on Etsy. This is the new logo. Some of the bands have the old logo, but this is another thing that just inspired me was I changed the logo from this little circle thing to something just a little bit more fancy. And it doesn't look great on the screen here, but I since have updated my Etsy shop and my Instagram with the same logo. So yeah, this one is just unicorn cupcake. It's really, this was just after the summer speckle craziness, but I still was speckling yarn. So, oh, I really wish that I had planned this out a little bit better because it wouldn't be so blown out. I probably have here. Of course, in my typical way of doing things on the fly and made up. That's better. Oh, much better. Yeah. This is raspberry slush, blueberry slushy. When we were kids, my sister and I used to go to the corner liquor store and get blueberry slushies and cherry slushies and all the slushies. This is the peaches and cream. Gorgeous, absolutely beautiful. When we were little, my mom would go crazy and buy us all the Cabbage Patch dolls ever. So I named this one Cabbage Patch Kids. Very cute. My mom's favorite color is like lime green. Well, that's not my mom's favorite color. Mom's favorite color is blue. But lime green was like her favorite shade. So I call this sal y limón, which means salt and lemon. This is called Raspberry Delight. Not really after anybody, I just love raspberries. Made me think of like raspberry and cream and stuff. So I love this. Just really simple, you guys. Like I was going for really simple, simple things. I was just going for de-stressing. And what I did was I put them up on the Etsy shop as dyed to orders. And I've gotten plenty of orders with these. Sometimes people contact me on Etsy directly, which is great. But a lot of times people are on Instagram and they're like, hey, you know, people just DM me and order yarn, which is fine by me. Or on Facebook, because I have everything shared from Etsy to Facebook or Twitter. So yeah, this one is called Chocolate Chip Sundae. Who doesn't love chocolate chip sundaes on in summer? Here's another one. Sweetie Belle. My Little Pony was my and my sister's favorite show when we were little. And this one is called Sweetie Belle. Love. I'll talk about these orange ones in a minute. This is Sandia. Watermelon. Still a little bit blown out. That's not great. There it goes. That's a little bit better. Very pretty. It's kind of like a highlighter green situation going on, and bright greens, and it's kind of softy pinky reds. This is Astro Pop. Oh my God. I almost called this one Orange Grove, but I didn't. I ended up calling it Astro Pop because it seriously reminded me of those funky pops that me and my sister used to nearly jab each other's eyeballs out with. You know, talk about sibling rivalry. We had it. Oh dear goodness gracious. Like, if you guys only knew. I can't even sit here and tell you all the stories of like the times that we nearly like murdered each other. But with those little Astro Pops, that's one of those situations where they were like little cone shaped lollipops, and you would just suck on them until they turned into a fine point, to the point where you could literally pluck your eyeball out, like, and or, you know, probably not pluck it out because it would get stuck and then break off in your eye. We've stabbed each other. I know we stabbed each other. I know I definitely stabbed my cousin with it, and I'm pretty sure I drew blood. Anyway, raspberry drizzle. Raspberry drizzle is lovely. It didn't speckle like I wanted, and it kind of broke. Yeah, that happens, you guys. Like, that's not always the most desired effect when you're being specific about your color choices, but yeah, that happens, and I don't hate it. I really don't. Not talking about that yet. This one is hermanas. It just means sisters. It's obviously my favorite color plus my sister's favorite color, and that's it. It's just the two of us. Like, oh my gosh, I love this one. It's not coming out the way, no, this is like a much brighter, more highlighty kind of neon-y green, and it's not getting picked up at all. No, these are fluorescent colors and they're not getting picked up. Nope, but they're fantastic. The pictures on Etsy are a little bit better than that. This one was accidentally wrapped for shipping, but thank God I noticed. I didn't make any mistakes, thank God. Sorry. Yeah, this one was going out. This is Twilight Sparkle. It was going out, but I've realized at the last second that it was actually a celestial base. So the fingering weight, not DK. This is DK. I dyed everything that you see here was dyed on DK weight, and I've kept them all as my shop samples. And I am going to use some of them to knit up a sweater, and I'll talk about that in a sec. But yeah, I decided that I was going to be keeping all of these as my shop samples, and anybody that requests anything or wants anything, I can dye it up in a snap. I do small batches and small batches only because I am not about to start, going crazy, making all kinds of, doing all kinds of yarn orders. I do get them, but I do get them in small quantities, so I'm able to manage a diet to order requests, no problem. This is Grape is your favorite blow pop. There's a really long story that goes along with this one, and I put that up on my Instagram. I'm not going to go into it here because it's just like a really ridiculous long story, but super crazy sibling rivalry kind of situation. My husband's home. And this is another Cabbage Patch Kids. No, I think I already talked about it. No, there's two. Anyway, that's it, you guys. So that's the whole collection for the summer speckles. And I really hope that you guys loved it. I am going to end this here, and I will pick up again very soon. I'll see you guys. Okay, I didn't mean to cut it off that fast, but yeah, so that was my collection for the summer, and I was super excited about doing it. I hope I didn't just record over everything that I just did, but I'm gonna end it there, and I'll see you guys very, very, very soon. Bye.